Alright. Hey, what's up guys? Just welcome back to Fate Grand Order Mahoyo crossover. Last time we defeated Wan. Found out, you know, solved all the mysteries of the different rooms, different haunted places, and things ended nice and happily, and there's no problems whatsoever. If only. But no, Alco 4, technically. There was a 5th Alco, but actually Alco 5 came after Alco 4. We ended up not meeting Alco 5, and Alco 5 died. So but now Alco 4 is dead too, and it's a whole mess. So now we gotta figure out what's going on there. AV6, hey Meridak, hey Gogeta, hey Blaze Reaper. But yeah, I guess without further ado, let us go. Your reason for being here, part 1. I wonder if there's gonna be an Alco that pops up. I don't honestly know if there will be, because it feels like it's too late in the. No, there has to be. Oh, day 6 of the Kumano Hot Springs Ray Shift Public Bath, early morning. Oh, she's on fire. That ain't just a murder. Someone, forget living only twice. This is the 5th time the magician's died now. Yeah. Oh, Ray, I'm sorry. This is no time to be standing around in shock. Yeah, probably not. We need to put out the fire and then check if that's Alco or not. It's probably... Let's be this. Come on. Wait, come on. I'm impressed, Mash. You never lose your cool no matter what the situation. Yeah. There aren't many people out there with the humanity to voice what they believe, even when they're not entirely sure. I wish a certain burning someone would take a page from your book. She should be showing up any moment now, right? Right? Yeah. Damn it. I was afraid I might be dead. Just when I finally linked up with my memories, too. Oh! Well, we have an Alco who has memories. That's good. Oh, wow. There sure are a lot of people here. Did I, get to know you all here or something? Yes? If I did, you must be really confused right now, huh? Sorry about that. Did anyone tell me what's going on? Or never mind, she doesn't. Okay. Here we go again. Having to explain everything. And that's everything that's happened so far. I got it. Thanks for the detailed explanation, Ritsuka. That was all I needed to know, exactly how you all feel. Okay, I was lucky. Now that you're all cut up again, what do you make of this latest murder? Let me see. Oh, well, I can tell you right now that I was the killer. I can recognize the results of my own magic bullets. Oh? So okay. You said that Wan created imposters of the other guests, and those turned out to be the killers, right? Mm-hmm. Ishtarina wanted to become younger. Bazet wanted to find romance. Sugitani Rainbow wanted a male body again. And Ryogi wanted a happy home life for her family. The other Alcos were all killed in different ways. Oh my god. And Alco wanted stiff shoulders from her massive rack to be gone. Is that what this is gonna be? The other Alcos were all killed in different ways. Ambushed, a duel to the death, taking a bullet for someone else. But this murder looks pretty one-sided to me. Can you tell why, Ritsuka? Because your wish matched the fifth spring's power? It's literally... Oh my god. Exactly. Ishrin went in the first secret spring and she really did come out younger. Normally that would be the when the 1-1 system kicked in. And an exact imposter of her would show up and kill her now that her wish was granted. Right. But Aoka 1 stopped that from happening and ended up dying in her place. That makes Ishtaran the only guest here to have her wish come true, and live to tell about it. Hey, Memoria. Oh, right. None of the people who came here for the second to fourth spring said their wishes granted. In fact, to begin with, Aoka was already in the bath, making sure they couldn't get in, but their wishes were still genuine. That's why the imposters showed up. They don't need an imposter to enter the bath first. As long as someone with an applicable wish is present, their doppelganger will appear and kill them in exchange for granting it. Sounds like a pretty horrible trade-off to me, but you know. At least that's how 1-1's curse system was supposed to work, but Aoko threw a wrench in the cycle. We can tell because the baths are still full. The magical energy in the water is presumably what grants the wish, so it probably disappears once that occurs. But on the second, third, and fourth days, the water was still there. The doppelgangers appeared, but the corresponding wishes never came true. Damn, really? I had no idea the secret spring system was such a hassle. Hang on. So the fact that the spring of stiff shoulder annihilation is empty now means... Aozaki must have gone in. I won't say what her reason probably was, but I bet she was thinking, I've already stopped the curse 3 times and 1-1's gone, so there shouldn't be any harm in trying the spring for myself now. Or something along those lines. What? Don't be silly. Of course I wouldn't think something like that. I swear, Shizuki, you're always so perceptive when it matters the least. Yeah. See? You know, your grown-up self did say to watch out for the spring. Let me rephrase. I swear, you're always too perceptive when I don't want you to be. Anyway, I guess my other me's reasoning was half wanting to try it, and half needing to try it. She probably went to verify it on her own because she didn't want to ruin the case closed celebrations. After all, you guys never did find out why Aoka 1 came here in the first place. True. Anyway, on a different note, why aren't you more fazed by all this, Tobimaru? Why would I be? It's a simple numbers game. You die, you get replaced. That's how the system works. Day 1, Aozaki 1 appears. Day 2, Aozaki 1 dies, replaced by Aozaki 2. Yeah. Day 3, 2 dies, replaced by Aozaki 3. Day 4, 3 dies, replaced by Aozaki 4. Day 5, Aozaki 5 appears and dies. Aozaki 4 remains alive. But since Aozaki 5 wouldn't show up unless 4 was dead, I knew she would have to die at some point. And now here we are. I'm guessing Aozaki 4 picked up on this paradox too. So you knew all along and never said anything. I see you're still shouldering everything so nobody else has to. At any rate, it seems the spring's power is still working, so I suppose 1-1 wasn't responsible after all. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, but so what? Let's just forget about this and go home already. The worst that happens is Aozaki dies again. That's a bit cold to say. Maybe so, but no, we can't leave yet. Seriously, the whole world's gonna end unless we solve this. Okay. Really? You mean you're finally going to destroy the world, Prez? Maybe. Not her, no. But I don't blame you for reacting that way, you know me. Me neither. It really doesn't feel like the world's in any danger. Ritsuga, you originally came here to repair a singularity, right? What do you think? I know what you mean, but I believe what Aoko is saying. Yeah, she wouldn't say it for no reason. Well, alright then. Let's all put our heads together and try to figure this out. Besides, Tobimaru, do you really think you could go back to Tokyo now without a bad taste in your mouth? No, I guess not. And I suppose we did start this investigation because we didn't want the world to end. True. Okay, we can have one final discussion. It's the Vice President's job to support the President, after all. True. We still don't know what Aozaki 1 saw that made her jump here in the first place. But you should at least have an idea of when she saw it, right, Aozaki? Seeing as you're her and all. Of course, I knew that when I came here. The first me was originally sent here in 1999. So that's our only lead, 1999. I guess we can take a look at the hotel register from back then. Where do you keep it, Kinomi? My old registers? Those are in the lobby. I can show them to you right now. Oh, but don't get your hopes up, okay? There's really nothing interesting written in them. We'll see about that. We'll see. We'll be the judge of that, buddy. Okay, here's all my old registers. And there's one for each year. Thank you for sharing these confidential documents with us. I mean... Sure. I know this information should usually be kept private, but this is an emergency. Yeah, the whole world-ending thing is probably a big enough emergency for us to get access to this information. Don't worry, it's fine. The only things written down are the guests' names, addresses, and whether they caused any problems during their stay. And that's mainly just so we can be sure we tell any egregiously entitled customers that we're all filled up the next time they want to book a room. I see. So inns rate their guests, just like guests rate their lodgings. I'll have to remember that. 1999. Here, this is it. Let me guess. Aozaki Toko was here at one point. Okay, so in May of 1999, the guests who stayed here were... Ryogi, Shiro, Ishitarin, Sugitani, Fujino, Bazet, and Karin? That's strange. What could this mean? Aside from us, those are the exact same guesses as this week. They were even staying on the exact same days. That's a bit odd, isn't it? Wow, it's one hell of a coincidence. But I guess these things happen when everyone goes on holiday at the same time. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see, 2 years ago, I'd already taken over the inn. And I think Lady Kashin was here too. So it was the same situation 2 years ago. What's going on here, Kinomi?
The thing is, I don't remember May of 2 years ago at all. It's like it poofed out of my mind.
Can you elaborate on that?
It's hard to explain. The best I can do is, I forgot it even forgotten. I was just as surprised as you guys when I saw the hotel register just now. It feels like something that happened to someone else. Oh. Hey, I think this is I think it was like that for the other guests, too. I mean, nobody else said anything about how this is just like last time either, right?
Good point. Oh. So it's not just you. None of the other guests remember being here 2 years ago either. Which means... Getting you some memories? Did you realize something? It all makes sense now. I finally know what Aoko 1 did. Well, tell us! Let's continue this in the sky room. I've got to tell you something. Okay. I don't think anyone else is here. The rare. Or I guess, at this point, I guess it's not that rare anymore to see Ritsuka's sprite pop up. Hang on. What's your name doing in the register for this year? Whose name? Toby? Toby? I'm sure we'll find out. Hopefully. Probably. Alright, Aoko, what's going on here? This case would have gone a lot smoother if Aoko 1 had actually explained what was going on. Yeah, no probably would have, yeah. So I need to start by apologizing on her behalf. I'm sorry. Even if she felt like she couldn't trust anyone, she should at least have let you all know what was going to happen in 1999. Does that mean you know how the world is supposed to end now? Yeah, probably. I do. It was only bits and pieces, but I managed to sync up the memories of what Aoko 1 saw. In May of 1999, an unidentified entity that can only be described as a star shows up at this location. The moment it does, it blows away everything in the Kumano area. Then it releases a magical energy wind that raises the rest of the region. My guess is the star will keep emitting magical energy forever, generating storms as long as humans exist. As long as humans exist? Speaking hypothetically, does that mean the star will run out of magical energy and stop if it wipes out human civilization off the face of the planet? Yeah. No, I wouldn't have been sent here if that were the case. Civilization destruction isn't part of my jurisdiction. Oh! Why not? I'm in charge of matters involving the extinction of humankind. Isn't that the same thing? I mean, I guess not. I guess not, technically. Yeah, I guess not really, but close enough. Not that anyone assigned it to me, but still. Say, wasn't something supposed to happen in 1999?
Oh, I know this one. Nostradamus prophesied way back when that a great and terrible king would come to Earth from Mars in July 1999.
don't know if that prophecy is true or not, but I can say for sure that nothing happened in 1999. Not to mention the month is all wrong. You said the star appeared in May, right, Alco? Oh, that's right, Mash. This star has nothing to do with the Englemois. And if it was just an ordinary meteorite, humankind would have ways to deal with it. We can track meteorite trajectories years ahead of time. And we have the moon to shield us. Which means the star is an existential threat to humanity that would never exist under normal circumstances. Even if a meteorite were to somehow snake its way past Jupiter, it would be drawn into the far side of the moon, and that would be that. So instead of coming from space, the star must have come out of the ground. Oh, out of the ground. So there's a star buried in the Kumano Mountains? That's right. Which brings us to the question of what happened in 1999. Please don't freak out when you hear this next part. Especially you, Mash and Ritsuka. Okay? Back in 1999, Alco 1 decided the situation was too much for her to handle on her own. And decided to trust that a solution would be found in the future. Right. Specifically, she took this entire singularity and kicked it down the road. What sort of cosmic debt does that incur? Like... okay. Then you don't mean... You made this 2001 singularity? Hey! No. Kind of. Sort of. Yes, actually. Hey, but if she didn't do that, humankind would have been wiped out. So I mean, it's probably for the best, you know? Probably. Yeah, I guess so. That explains why you haven't found the Holy Grail yet, too. How could you when I'm the source? Man, no wonder my magical energy's been so low. I'm still maintaining the singularity even as we speak. I wonder how long I'll have to keep this up for. Okay, I'd laugh too, but also, you can kick singularities? Oh, sure. It's like when you're about to lose at a board game, so you sweep away the board so no one can play anymore. Yeah. It should just like that. Of course, in this case, that doesn't change the game's outcome at all, and it arguably makes it even worse. So this 2001 Kumano N singularity is that even worse outcome. And you're responsible, Alco? Yeah. I said I was sorry. There was nothing else I could do at the time. True. As much as Alco needs you to teach her to have a heart, Mash, we should save that for later. Let's focus on the present. So this unidentified star that showed up in 1999, that happened in a singularity, right? Then Alco 1 sent this 1999 singularity to 2001, and 1999 ended without incident. I get all that, but then what happened to the Kumano N in May of 1999, after it was sent to the future? The historical record for that time should be blank. Bazzett's documents said as much, right? It also means that Kinomi and the other guests staying here at that time have no memory of that month. And now this unidentified star incident that was going to happen in 1999 is happening now in this year. I guess this is history's corrective power at work. It always tries to cause events to occur if they should have already happened. So because this incident was pushed from 1999 to now, all the same factors from 1999 have gathered here again. Which means, if this incident began 2 years ago with the same guests, then one of the guests here now must be the culprit. In other words, it's the person who called the star here. But who?
Exactly. Lady Kashin was just under the Ox God's influence, and you guys already took care of that. So doesn't that mean the star isn't gonna show up anymore?
Not necessarily. Good point. I'm sure Aoko 1 came here looking for the culprit. But she got killed before she found them. And the other Aokos may not have known exactly what was going on. But they must have thought that the secret springs granting a wish was the trigger. Which is why they kept watch over them every morning. But it turned out that the Wanwan system was producing the doppelgangers. So they never realized what the star really is or the suspect responsible for it. We're officially out of leads. No, there's still a suspect. Someone who fits that bill better than anyone else here by far. Really? You can tell? Yeah. I don't usually like relying on the process of elimination, but in this case, that's the quickest way to arrive at the answer. First, let's get this timeline straight. You said Aoko 1 came here from 2 years ago. Because this is when the star is supposed to emerge and destroy humankind. But why now, 2 years later? Obviously, because nothing happened until now. And until it did, there was nothing for her to find. To put it another way, it means this unidentified star thing requires 2 years to emerge. It probably takes that long to charge up or something. And that should have been true in 1999 as well. So if the star's first emergence was in 1999, that would mean whatever created the star happened 2 years before that, in 1997. May it make sense? Oh yeah. I didn't think about that since I can't send things to the past. But you're right. That brings us to our possible suspects, the Yin's guests. Each one had their own reasons, their own humble wishes for being here. But while those wishes may have triggered the 1-1 system that kept killing Aozaki every morning, they had nothing to do with the star. Which means we can eliminate every guest with a clearly known reason for being here from the list of suspects. So let's go over every guest and their reasons now. Alright, well, Ishtarine. Oh, well, I guess us first, okay. Ritsuka and Mash came here from Chaldea to repair this very singularity. They in turn summoned my assistant for reasons I still don't understand, to help them. I mean, it was accidental. Like, we were just hoping for anyone, you know, at Alice's behest, of course. But we were just, you know, anyone would have done. It just happened to be him. Then there's the eccentric who came from 1999 to save the world. And me, a detective who came to find a missing person, despite usually rejecting such requests. And there was Ishtarin, who wanted to become younger. Bazzett, who ostensibly came here on work, but was actually here for the secret springs. She came here with Karin, who in turn wanted to see what would happen to Bazzett. I won't publicly disclose Sugitani Rainbow's objective here, but I'd say it's a known fact by this point. Ryogi came here with her family to wish for a happy home life and to procure a new sword. Fujino was Ryogi's hired bodyguard, and Shiro came here to sell Ryogi the sword. Kumano might have seemed suspicious, but he was just an ordinary comedian, and Kashin was just a victim of unfortunate circumstance. And there you have it. Those are all the guests whose reasons for being here are clear. I think I see where this is going. Because didn't Alice tell us she was here 2 years prior? Or at least a few years prior? I don't know if she said the exact number of years. And we don't know exactly why she came here this time. Can't imagine any of them having anything to do with this. That just leaves one person. Someone who still has yet to share what it is she's doing here. Yeah. So tell us, Kwonji, what are you doing here? I didn't think anything of it at first since you and Awazaki are close friends, but you were here at this inn from the beginning. Awazaki's here from the future. You could say Sojiro was summoned here from the past. But you're from the present day. Friend or not, it makes no sense that you'd have accompanied Awazaki here. You mean you were here for your own reasons, Alice? I thought you'd come to help me. Yeah, you think Alice would do that? Like, really? What a strange thing to say, Aoko. Have I ever been the sort of person who would come to help a friend out of the goodness of my heart? Despite not hearing from her for years? She makes a good point. Ouch. Wouldn't it hurt you to sugarcoat it a little? Maybe it would. Kwonji, nobody thought twice about you being here because we were all so used to seeing you and Awazaki together. But then I noticed a certain name on the hotel register from May 1st, 1997. Kwonji Alice. Which means you were here right at the time when the unidentified star would have been planted to emerge 2 years later. Alice? Were you trying to destroy human civilization, or humans in general? Or were you trying to murder everyone? Which, you know, it makes sense, actually. When you think about it. Because during that, the black and white, this, I guess, third battle of the Singularity, when we played as Aoko, alone against the star, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star was playing in the background. And even though it's more, that makes sense. Very Alice-esque theming, I guess. Because, you know, her whole thing is nursery rhymes. So, actually makes a lot of sense. In hindsight, knowing, yeah, no, Alice makes a lot of sense. It's time to fess up. You're the culprit, aren't you? I just came here to recover something I left behind. Uh-huh. Or rather, something what was stolen from me. 4 years ago, one of my ploy kickshaws went missing in a inn. Only one. Number 1 shiny star. Okay, so you didn't unleash it, but someone took it and unleashed it? However, accidentally, maybe? It looks like an ordinary gumball machine, except that it can grant a single wish. Okay. So we're still looking for someone who wanted a wish granted of humanity extinction. So Okay, well, at least it wasn't Alice who made the wish. Right. Yeah, probably. Probably. Hopefully. Hang on. Yes! Fucking yes! Oh, finally.
私まで呼ばれるなんて。他の魔術師の工房を見学しようだなんて考えたのがいけなかったのかしら。マインスターの魔女は誰とも契約しないけれど、この状況なら仕方がないわね。私はクオンジ・アリス。
Oh, I know your name. I know your name.
キャスター？そう。アサシンに強いのならそれでいいわ。
Yeah, as long as you're strong against assassins, right? So you can, well, it's funny because from in her perspective, Sojiro should be an assassin, but weirdly he's a berserker, which again still don't know why they did that. Oh my god, yes. Okay, so I told this to members yesterday, but I spent $40 in Google Play gift cards, and did 2 10 pulls and a bunch of single pulls the other day, and I didn't get anything except Berserker Lancelot. And I was like, I played it pretty cool yesterday, but when I spent the $40 in gift cards and didn't get anything the day before yesterday, I was actually like, this is gonna sound pathetic, okay? And I understand that. I was actually on the verge of like crying. Like, it was bad. But the weight that was on my shoulders since then. Thank goodness. It's still unfortunate I spent, $40 and, yeah. What about Alco? I mean, I still got 12 days on her. I'll try and get her, but man. But yeah, it wasn't even that I didn't spend the summer funds. Oh no, don't worry. I'm working on recouping money. Okay, before we continue the story, I gotta boost my girl. Just super success. Thanks. Oh right, foes. You're right. I'm so silly. I'm gonna take one off. Cause yeah, using a full 3-star foe for only 10 points, nah, that's a waste. I'll wait till I get another 1-star foe to use. Actually, I have one. Perfect. Can we speak about who'd be in summer banners here, or would you rather find out now? I already know a lot of the banners that should be coming up. I'm assuming you're talking about CL, right? Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go for CL. And I'm gonna do the GSSRs, or at least the lucky bag GSSR. If I can work up enough Google Play funds, maybe I can do the Destiny summon as well. But for now, my main goal is just the lucky bag GSSR. Alright, back to... Alright, I'm pretty much out of embers, unfortunately. Damn. But I also just never strength for it.
魔力が上がるのはいいことね。
Don't call me out like that.
グリモアを読むより効率的かも。
でも知識つけないと青子さんみたいになるっすよ。
Yeah, don't let Alco hear you say that, Robin. Yeah. Yeah, the sink of Saint Quartz that went into Jolter kinda threw a wrench in things a little bit. I won't lie, Jolter kinda threw a wrench in everything.
惚れ惚れしちゃう。次はもっといい仕事をするからね。じゃんじゃん私に頼ってくれたまえ。
let's see the double summons and just I have no idea. I assume someone in here probably knows.
カタログはこっちだよ。マナプリ
I
ズ
have
ム
a
と交換。
few of these left.
用意した甲斐があったな。
I say a few is 60.
Yeah.
Alright, come on, super success. Yes.
レベルアップね。少しは打たれ強くなるといいけれど。
なんでそこで意味深に自分を流し見るさ。
Robin, run. Run before she kills you again. Alright. Beautiful.
外出が多いようだから着替えたのだ
Absolutely
けど
beautiful.
どこか変？
No, not at all. Not at all, my queen. Man.
ありがとう。次の配給も期待しているわ。
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to max her out quite yet.
魔
Oh,
力が上がるのはいいことね。
good.
グリモアを読むよ
Probably
り効
great
率的かも。
success.
でも
Okay, Ascension again.
仮初めの成長にしては実感があるのね。少しだけ楽しいかも。
I'm glad. Well, yeah, what's the point if you don't enjoy it, right? Okay, yeah, now I'm officially out of embers. One more super for the road? No, okay.
不思議で
That's fine.
綺麗で危険な材料だこと。どこの国の薬かしら。
Killing things. You don't have to worry about that.
そろそろクエストに戻る？
Wait, what do the embers in the shop need? I think it's the...
水前の品揃いっすね。これアリスさんの私物ですか？
Yeah, it's the
いえ、
tickets. Oh, okay, okay. I can get one Hellfire of Wisdom. I can get one singular one. Alright, may as well throw it on her. Get one last level up in.
レベルアップね。少しは打たれ強くなるといい。
All right, let's continue. Also, let me pick up my chair pad. It fell when I was jumping around on my chair, freaking out. Fix my green screen right quick. Yeah, I just wanted to get her one last level.
季節は春。
Let me grab this.
新生活が始まります。今回も。
Alright. Your reason for being here? Hot dose. But yeah. At this point, I really might just skip. I want Tiamat, but I might have to skip her when her banner comes around. If I want any chance at CL and Dubai BB, I'm probably gonna have to skip. Skip mother. The concept for the toy gumball machine was a box of wishing stars. Okay. The last witch was inspired to make it from a similarly styled gumball machine she happened to see on her way home from the grocery store. She was drawn to its novelty. Such things had long gone out of fashion, and it had clearly been a long time since anyone used it. She inserted a coin, turned the handle, and out popped a gumball with a hearty clunk. There were many different colors and flavors of gum inside, so the witch didn't get the kind she wanted. She then stood there for a moment, taking in the wonder of the situation. I got something completely different from what I was hoping for. Me when I got Berserker Lancelot the other day when I'm trying to get Alice. It was like life itself. Life is full of moments like these. Yeah. Struck by inspiration, the witch raced home and began making her idea into a reality. She would fill her machine with many different wishes. She would gather many different stars. I want to be rich. I want friends. I want a lover. I want a pet dog. I want a job. I want a family. I want to improve. I want to pass my test. I want to get married. I want to be successful. I want to feel secure. I want to be loved. I want to do that last part over. I want to recover my losses. I want to get back the shine I lost. I want to forget that ever happened. There, everything is now in place. One turn of the handle and a wishing star candy will pop out. If it's the same as your dearest wish, the one you hold deep in your heart, if such a miracle were to take place, then that wish must surely be the #1 wish in the world. The witch named her toy with that concept in mind. Ploy Kickshaw Wishing Star Box. Only one #1 shiny star. A tool for granting only one, your #1 wish. Honestly, that would make a cool, like, collectible. Like, like if I had the money, I would buy something like a piece of merch designed like that. That's the ploy kickshaw I lost at the Kumano Inn 4 years ago. It's a personal wish granter. A box of wishing stars. So it's like a gacha machine, but for wishes. Yes. Gacha does have a novel ring to it. It's too bad I didn't know that term when I made it. This is no time to be regretting your naming decisions. That ploy is what's causing this, right? Yeah, probably. How could you abandon, I mean lose something that dangerous? I can't even begin to describe how grossly negligent that was. Yeah. Please refrain from slander. I told you it was stolen. This was back in 97. I had to figure out what to do with all the ploys I didn't have any more use for. My house was already over capacity with curses, so I couldn't store any more cursed objects there. I mean, you could. Probably. But I also couldn't just throw things that dangerous in the trash. That's why I chose this mountain. At first I stayed in a small cottage while I worked to dismantle them. But then I caught sight of this inn. I decided to change venues to somewhere more relaxing, and it worked. The work went apace. I perfectly unraveled the cursed power holding the ploys together, and completely neutralized them. Then when I made my way back down the mountain, I made little stone shrines in various places and held memorial services for each of the ploys. Okay, they're that, okay. I mean, they are your... I'm surprised you're that attached to them. However, after I got back to my house, I checked my toolbox and realized I had an extra dismantling tool left over. I realized then that I must have lost one of the ploys before I could dismantle it, but couldn't remember what it was. Looking back now, it seems clear that the ox god hiding in this inn's basement swiped it from me and altered my memories so that I couldn't clearly recall what I hadn't dismantled. The ox god shows people's wishes in the form of their future, so it must have wanted the wishing star box as its new body. It makes sense that it would be drawn to another wish granter. The ox god may kill whoever it shows the future to, but that's not because it hates people. Then why? I think it just enjoyed granting people's wishes, and only kept producing new victims inadvertently. Wait, isn't that just killing for pleasure? Shh, Shizuke. I feel the same way, but now's not the time. So you don't know where the wishing star box is either then, Alice? No, I don't. Now do you see? I did nothing wrong, and I'm not responsible for the situation. Sure. Yeah, sure. That's not true, Miss Alice. What you meant to say was you can't take responsibility for it. Robin! Still, going back to what you said earlier, I don't remember much of May 1999 either, so I'm pretty sure I must have come here then too. For the purposes of this discussion, let's suppose that the wishing star box somehow became activated in 1999. If around the start of that year I'd heard that the Kumano Hot Springs business was booming, I would have remembered that a ploy was stolen from me there 2 years ago and gone to retrieve it. However, since I'm not used to climbing mountains and I would have known it'd be dangerous, I wouldn't want to go alone. Which means there's a strong possibility I would have asked someone who is familiar with mountains to come along. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm? But according to you, Aoko, that retrieval attempt must have failed. So I would have ended up defeated, and something must have gone wrong with the wishing star box. I see. So in 1999, you came here before I did to try and stop the star thing, but you failed. Now I finally understand why you were summoned here as a servant, Sojiro. You do? Why? The only reason it makes sense for you to be a servant now is if you died on this mountain and were summoned in a spirit body. Oh, but we saw it. What? Huh? But he's alive. Huh? I guess he could have been revived again, and then, or no, he died in the singularity in 1999. But then, because that was in a singularity that's still ongoing, the him that wasn't part of the singularity could have then... Okay. Alright, sure. Right. Uh-huh. Anyway, at least now we've identified what the unidentified star is. Mm-hmm. Anything else we should know about the wishing star box? About Shiny Star Alice? Because your mother's heirloom Meister plays aside, I'm not too thrilled at how easily you were able to make something capable of destroying the world. Yeah, a little concerning, but this is just speculation on my part. But I think adding the Ox God's characteristics to it must have strengthened it. Yeah. If so, then Shiny Star would gain more power with every wish granted. That's probably why there are 5 springs that grant their own wish. Makes sense, I guess? Let's say it goes up a grade every time it grants someone's wish and takes their life. You know how we often rate products and stores for the star system? You can think of this just like that. Every wish the Ox God enhanced Shiny Star grants makes it go up a star rating. It granted 5, so now it has 5 stars. That must have been how I was able to defeat you so soundly back in 1999. Why do you look proud of that? It defeated you too, didn't it? I get it, an SSR. Oh, yeah, okay. SSR? Is that short for something? Yeah, super rare. Or whatever. Oh, sorry, never mind that, Sojiro. That's just a little rem inside joke Senpai likes to make. Yep. More importantly, if Shiny Star's rating is going up, that must mean you've learned to sound pretty rem yourself, Mash. So 2 years ago, 1999, Shiny Star used the 5 secret springs to grant guests wishes and upgrade itself. At the time, Aozaki determined she wasn't able to stop it, and sent the whole singularity into the future. In doing so, she basically forced the 1999 Shiny Star into becoming a dud. It's an even worse cover-up than tampering with election results. But what's done is done. Let's just say she made the right call. Yeah. You know politics was never my strong suit. My guess is Aoko 1 knew there was no way she could stop the Shiny Star in that condition. She might not have known exactly how it worked, but from its characteristics and the way it attacked, She probably at least figured out that she had to stop it from granting wishes again. Yeah. So she kicked the singularity down the road to the next time when the shiny star would appear, then went there herself to head it off. She must have been trying to lower its rating before she fought it again. That's why she said something like, "Nobody's getting a wish granted on my watch." So Shiny Star granted 2 wishes: youth and annihilated stiff shoulders, which means its rating is at 2 stars. That could have been just 1 star if a certain someone had exercised better judgment. Let it go, Sojiro! Yeah. Excuse me for wanting to treat myself for once. Still, this shiny star at a 2-star rating should be much weaker than the one Alco 1 faced in 99. But, well, yeah, maybe. So doesn't this mean that Alco's plan worked perfectly? Right. I'm glad you at least understand, Mash. All we have to do now is destroy Shiny Star, and this case will be well and truly closed. Okay, easier said than done, but yeah, we can try. Of course, we still have we still have to figure out where it is first. I still have no idea. Hang on. There's one thing about the Shiny Star that isn't adding up for me. If it was granting wishes to upgrade its rating, then whose wishes was it granting? Was it just granting its own wish to improve its capabilities? Or was there someone else trying to make Shiny Star stronger, so that it could grant a bigger wish? That's an excellent point. You're exactly right. Shiny Star has no desires of its own. It only grants wishes for the people who activate it. Which means someone must have been the first to turn its handle and get lucky with their wish. But to grant that wish, the player first had to upgrade its wish granting capabilities. Its star rating, as we've been calling it. I'd bet that's also why these hot springs suddenly gained 5 secret ones that each granted a different wish. Whew, that's good to hear. How so? I don't see anything good about this. It means your ploy didn't start making trouble on its own. Just knowing that makes me glad I came here. I guess it's true. And this would mean the real culprit is still at large. Shizuki, always finding ways to surprise Alice. Someone at this inn must be holding on to the Shiny Star in secret. It won't do anything unless it's trying to grant someone's wish, which means someone must have it even now. I suspect you already have an idea who that could be, Ritsuka. That's amazing, Senpai! Please tell us the answer then. The year you lost it gave me a... I'm worried my knees are gonna give out under all these high hopes you're piling on me, Mash. I know how you feel, so I'll spare you the burden. The answer's pretty obvious. Shiny Star disappeared in 97, right? So that must mean... That's right. There's only one other person here who was also here in 1997. Kinomi. Kinomi? You were the one who invited me to stay here 4 years ago, weren't you? Kinomi? Stop! Please don't say any more. I didn't steal it, I swear. I just found it in my room after you left. Okay, you didn't think to say anything after we started talking about it and how dangerous it is? You just stayed silent the entire time? It was you? was me! But you can't blame me! How was I supposed to know that toy was so dangerous? He's got a point. Well, it is. Now hurry up and hand it over. Once we destroy it, these hot springs will finally be safe. Okay, I'll go get it. Someone should go with him. So it was all Kinomi, huh? No, wait. Maybe that's not quite right. He did say he just found it in his room. What do you think, Kwonji? I believe him. Even if the Ox God or someone it was possessing stole a shiny star from my room, it wouldn't have any wishes of its own. It just likes to grant other people's wishes. So someone nearby would have had to be the one to activate Shiny Star. Kinomi must have been the perfect patsy, since he just started living here after the last owner took a liking to him. That being said... what now? Is there still something nagging at you? I still don't understand how this happened. Shiny Star was a failure.
Man, I'm bushed. Here, part of me hates to see it go, but this is it, right?
That's it. So this is only one. Number 1 Shiny Star. Again, like I said, I would buy this if Type Moon put out merch of this thing. I would, if I had the money, I would buy it. Like it is cool looking. As like a collector's piece. That was surprisingly easy. I was expecting you to put up more of a fight, Kinomi.
The Kumano Inn's welfare comes first.
Anyway, you said this will stop the world from ending, right, Prez? Yeah.
That's right. On that you have my word.
Thank you, Kinomi. In the end, we couldn't have done this without you.
Oh, so what you wish for when you turn the handle anyway? I'm not telling you that.
Huh? Wait, Aoko. Let me see that. I knew it. What? 1-1 is in here. Or rather, the stuff that created it. The Ox God must have kept a part of itself inside Shiny Star so that it could still function as 1-1, even if its main body was gone. Oh. Shiny Star must have already been half 1-1 when it activated in 1999.
Damn, seriously? Is this all because I made up that name and legend?
It just picked up on something you said, Kinomi. If it hadn't been 1-1, it would have been something else. Anyway, this means we'll need to finish exercising 1-1 first. Let's go to the room of no opening. We should be able to get rid of 1-1 once and for all if we bring Shiny Star to the Omnipotent Spring. After that, I'll let you decide what to do next, Aoko. Whatever you choose, I won't stop you. Oh, she looks so sad! Pat pat! How could we do this? But Alice is also pragmatic. She understands that if it's that dangerous, it has to be destroyed. If that's what Aoko chooses. I'll take the lead and let you know if I find any dangerous protrusions along the way. Alright. So far, everything looks the same. Yeah, nothing crazy yet. Yeah, the Ox God's still completely gone after yesterday's events. All that's left of it is the part that stayed behind inside the Shiny Star.
It looks like everyone made it down safely. I'll go next.
I guess we should go down too. Wanna go first, Alice? No, you go first. That way you can catch me if I slip and fall. But then you'll both just go tumbling down.
Why are you acting so scared?
If you're that afraid, maybe I should just scoop you up and jump down. Is she thinking about it? Hey, Aoko? What made you think Shizuki died here? It's not like you saw it happen, right? Well, no. I probably didn't even see his body, but I can still tell how he must have died. There's only one way a guy who I could easily see surviving a world-shattering meteorite could end up dead. He died protecting you. Ooh. I see. If that's what you think, maybe you're right. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get this over with. Hand shining star to Miyako. Here you go. So what do you do with it? Good question. What do you think I'm going to do with it, Ritsuka? Submerge it. Correct. I can see how you Chaldean mages were able to repair so many other singularities. You really know your stuff. Thanks.
Nah, you're putting it in the water. Won't it rust? For that matter, if the hot water gets inside.
I mean, destruction's kind of the point. Hey, 1-1.
It's 1-1. Tsukichi, Hosuke, please stand back.
It's okay. I can handle this myself. Go Alice. Go Alice. Oh. Oh, okay. That was easy.
1-1 disappeared.
What was that? Its last lingering traces or something? That's right. The springs grant wishes by appearing as the Wishmaker, remember? What you just saw was the future. The wish of the remains of 1-1 itself that were still hiding in Shiny Star. Of course, now that its body is gone, I was able to defeat it easily since it no longer had any power. I also now understand why I had trouble fighting back against the devil in the reference room. It's because Shiny Star was jamming other ploys. Essentially, it was putting up a kind of field that kept the lesser ploys from working. Say, does this mean the name 1-1 is...
Alright. I heard someone saying 1-1, 1-1 in a dream, and decided to borrow it for 1-1's name. Huh.
So all I have to do now is shut down the play GACHA. I hate to destroy such a beautiful object, though. Is that really the only way to stop it? I'm afraid so. I still don't know how it got activated in the first place, so our only choice is to dismantle it. Well. What you thinking about, Aoko? What is it, Ozaki? Is there something else you haven't told us? There actually is. This is something all of you should know. Once we destroy Shiny Star and the world is safe again, I'll end up going back to my original time, and the singularity will disappear. The Kumano Inn will then go back to being the same peaceful inn it was before, aside from all the hauntings anyway. At the same time, it will be as if the 1999 singularity never happened, since I'm the one keeping the two singularities linked. That means the world-ending threat in 1999 will go away. And destroying Shiny Star here in 2001 will prevent that threat from ever arising here too. Okay, then why do you look so sad about that? That's great. It makes this whole investigation worthwhile. Now I can finally go home. However, it also means Sojiro's death will become permanent. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So we know that one extra bit from Mahoyo is actually post Mahoyo 2. Assuming that it's planned to be a trilogy, right? And they're in like 20 years is Mahoyo 3. It has to end with him and Alice coming here, right? Well, I guess not necessarily. It could just be an FGO timeline only thing. Hello? My internet dropped for like 1 second. Are we good? Okay, I don't know why it does that sometimes. I don't know if it's my internet going down or if it's just OBS being weird. That's so that's really odd. I don't know. I don't know why it does that. But yeah. I'm just going to assume this particular event happening is only an FGO timeline thing, and like their happenings, like it still sucks that Sojiro dies at like 29 or 28 or whatever in the FGO timeline, but I want to assume every other timeline he lives longer than that. I'm just gonna make the assumption. Not everything that happens in a singularity goes away, even when space-time is repaired. People who die in a singularity will still be treated as if they died at that time, even after the singularity is repaired. Facts are always made to line up regardless of how they happened. Yep. So you're saying destroying Shiny Star here won't change the fact that I died at the Kumano Inn in 1999? Yeah. Which means that I'll officially have died in 1999 in exchange for closing the case now. That's right. It's the surest way to keep the world safe. What about the less sure way? No, thank you! What about my safety? Isn't there any other way?
I don't know. Is there any other way? Doesn't seem likely.
Kinomi! How could you be so cold? That's your friend! There is. Since the reason Shizuki died in 1999 was because he got caught up in this whole incident, if we destroy Shiny Star and repair the singularity before he dies, we can save the world and his life. That would require us to go back in time to the 99 singularity and defeat it at full strength, though, right? Which, not very easily done, I would imagine.
How so? You said he already died, right?
Not necessarily. Sojiro died inside the singularity.
Which means that as long as he's still alive when the singularity ends, the facts will still line up. It's not too late to go back to 1999 either. The only thing keeping the singularity in 2001 is me. If I just undo the lock, it'll automatically go back in time to 2 years ago. At the same time, I can set our own timeline to when that singularity begins. Then all we need to do is destroy Shiny Star before Alice and Sojiro show up. Well, its damage can still be contained. So on that note, I have a request to make. I'm sorry, but is it okay if we go back to 1999? Oh, you want to save his life, don't you, Alco? You want to save Jojo's life? Well, okay. Yeah, well, it's all right. We can do that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Sister. Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we're gonna do this, let's do it. But, what are we gonna do when we get back to 1999?
I'd like to say it'll be an unbelievable sight, but... The truth is, the moment I cut off my magical energy holding the singularity in 2001, we'll be back in 1999. The singularity back then was something of a disaster zone, so I can't guarantee your safety. Once we get there, find some big rocks to hide behind and look for Shiny Star. The rest of us will take it from there. Between me, Alice, Ritsuka, and Mash, I think we stand a good chance. And this time we'll have another advantage. Remember how two of the same thing can't exist in the same time? Well, when we bring the 2001 2-star Shiny Star back to the same time as the 1999 5-star Shiny Star, the two Shiny Stars will combine and the 5-star one will be detuned to 2 stars. Or like a meet in the middle. It'd be like a 3, maybe 4-star. Maybe. So that's why you didn't let it grant many wishes. That's right. Alka 1 couldn't tell what she was up against, but she still figured out a way to weaken it.
This is great. Sounds like we've got everything going for us.
We'll see.
Alright, then let's get going. I want to see this world of wishes come true for myself.
Not me, thanks. You all go on without me.
Huh?
Why are you raining on our parade, Your Highness?
This is a battle to protect the world and save your friend's life, right? Why are you getting cold feet now? Are you that scared of dying?
Of course I am, jackass. I don't want to keep my wife waiting for me any longer. Wife?
Huh? You're married, Your Highness.
Even though we all swore we'd be lifelong bachelors when we were in school? Sorry, Sojiro. I promised her I'd get back safely, so I can't go with you any further. My detective work is done. I'm sure you can all take it from here. Don't give it a second thought. And congrats, Tobimaru. Thanks. Feels weird having you congratulate me twice, but I appreciate it. So who's the lucky lady? I'm sure my adult self knows, but I don't. Now you've met. I'll introduce you over the phone sometime. Well, that clears up that mystery. The reason you went to the old building at 6 on the dot every evening was so that he could call his wife.
You could call your wife in Tokyo and tell her you're gonna be home soon. Go to hell! Forget this traitor, Shizuki. When this is all done, you should quit your job at his agency. Sorry, Tobimaru, but that's not happening.
You're too involved to turn back now. Since you all know what's going on, you're all going to come back to 1999 with me, whether you want to or not. Huh? Wait, that's why you opened up with an apology? So you knew this would happen when you explained the situation to us.
I sure did.
I knew you'd catch on quick, Tobimaru. Even 10 years later, you're still the best vice president I could ask for. Oh, poor Toby. He's like, oh, God fucking damn it. Fucking fine. Poor guy. Okay, stop here. This is where I'm going to undo the lock, keeping the singularity in 2001. Once I do, our surroundings should immediately snap back into 1999. Kind of like a rubber band. Next to a bunch of garbage. Okay. Interesting choice. They can be pretty disorienting, so if any of you get motion sick easily, you might want to close your eyes. You sure this is a good place? I'm sure. Nobody ever comes here, right? This is the same spot I jumped to when I came here, too. Fair. I see. So this is where Aoko's 2 and onwards have been arriving from.
Oh crap. I know I was totally on board with this, but I'm starting to get cold feet.
Honestly, I don't blame you.
I mean, we're gonna be time traveling to 1999, right? Are we gonna be okay? Or what if we just up and die?
I know Prez has always been fine with stuff like this.
But Ritsuka, Mash, and even Vice
Prez are acting like we're just running to the store or something.
Me. Kinomi. Ah, who said that? Oh, it's you, Alice. I'm not scared, okay? I've just gotta, you know,
Pre-battle jitters.
Really, that's all. I mean, us supporting characters gotta make sure we don't mess things up for the main cast, right?
I see. I've never considered you a supporting character myself. Oof! I'd say you're an extra at best! Man! What can I do to you? Never mind that. I wanted to talk to you before we go. I've been thinking about how this happened, and I can't come up with a single answer. As far as I can tell, it should be impossible to activate Shiny Star. It was a complete failure. There's a huge hole in the plot needed to work as a fairy tale.
What kind of hole?
It's right in the name. Only one and number one. The ploy grants wishes that are only one of their kind. It sounds good in theory. Everyone wants to believe their number one wish is like no other. But that's not the case. Every person's number one wish is the same as everyone else's. There's no such thing as a number one wish, that's also the only one of its kind. I want to be successful, I want to be promoted. I want to love, or I want to bring someone back to life. The world is chock full of wishes like that. They're as commonplace as the stars in the sky. That's why Shiny Star should never actually shine. Because there's no such thing as a special one-of-a-kind wish. Except he had one. So I'm going to ask you again, Kinomi. What is it you wished for?
I'm not saying.
Suspicious. I see Alice and Kinomi are talking alone. Probably about the wish, yeah. You mean the one Kinomi made? Right. I'm surprised he's not even telling Alice, though. I'm not sure I've ever seen him dig his heels in like that. He's probably just sulking. Real heartfelt wishes aren't the kind of thing you usually go around telling others about. He's embarrassed and trying to save face. But never mind him. Are you done yet? Now I get that we don't need to hurry, but if we're going back in time, but there's no sense taking longer than necessary either. I know. I just finished setting the coordinates, so all I have to do now is let go. Oh boy, time travel time. Okay, everyone, get over here. Once you close your eyes and count to 3, we'll be back in 1999. It won't make any difference, but if you're nervous, you can hold hands. Now, is everyone ready? Now I am. Of course. Ikuze! Okay. Beginning regression canal singularity. Get ready to party at the Kumano Hot Springs like it's 1999 again. Cause it will be. ray shift. What the heck? I thought it'd be some special, you know. Okay. Oh. I guess it ain't all that, huh? It ain't all that.
熊野温泉を
仕事の時間だ。頑張ろう。
When have I defeated 3 fairy enemies? Fairy enemies?
次の依頼だ。焦らず、一休みしてから取り掛かろう。
Do the twinkling stars count as fairy enemies? They must.
次の依頼だ。焦らず、一休みしてから取り掛かろう。さらにいいものをもらってしまった。
Oh, Alright. A star becomes a wish. Be back again. Oh? Fill the machine with many wishes. Gather many stars, okay? One turn of the handle and a wishing star candy will pop out. If it's the same as your dearest wish, the one you hold deep in your heart. If such a miracle were to take place, then that wish must surely be the #1 wish in the world. The witch named her toy with that concept in mind. Ploy Kickshaw, wishing star box, only one, #1 shiny star. A tool for granting only one, your #1 wish. Eh? It wasn't until later that the witch admitted it was a failure. There's no such thing as the only one, the #1 wish in the world. There are countless earnest, precious wishes in this world. There's simply no way that any one person's wish could be #1. Not to mention it's impossible to rank wishes in the first place. So really, the whole concept fell apart the moment the stars shining in the sky were likened to wishes. Hey, enjoying the events as far as it's good. I haven't gotten to play many of the events, but of the 3 I've gotten to play the stories of, it's probably my favorite. Well, yeah, I'd put it over Gouda Gouda. Just because I ended up playing Gouda Gouda 8 before. Yeah, it was weird. Getting to see Alice again brings a tear to my eye. Speaking of Alice, I just got her off a single pole like 45 minutes ago. Good times. So really, the whole concept fell apart the moment the stars shining in the sky were likened to wishes. Yeah. Yeah, like the only events I've been able to play so far are like to play the stories of anyway. There were a couple others that I skipped the story because they had spoilers in them, but I still went through like the battles for yeah. But hello human. I'm the fairy tale that took up residence on this mountain. I never had a name before, but now you can call me only one, #1 shiny star. Please tell me your wish so I may grant it. Tell me your #1 wish. A wish that's the only one of its kind in the whole world, and one you can never take back. It can be a wish you just thought of now, or one you've been keeping secret for a long time. Okay, well, wishes are usually something you think of on the spot. I could be rich or popular or a ladies' man, but no, those don't seem right.
Sure, I like those things, but they're not important. One time I did a fasting bit for a variety show that became a huge hit. My pay went up, and I got to move into a real nice apartment. But then I had to do the same bit over and over, and I was like, if this is the success train, I want to get off, you know? So like, I wouldn't know what to do with my money if I was rich. Being popular would make other people hate me. And even if I was a ladies' man, I wouldn't be able to really make them happy.
Kinomi's more of a realist than I thought. Honestly, big respect. To be that self-aware. What a guy you are, Kinomi, what a guy.
So I don't think any of those wishes are my number one.
I see. Please tell me your wish so I may grant it.
Man, you don't back down, do you? I like that. Alright, if you want my number one wish, I think it'd be... just once I'd like...
Just once I would like Sojiro Shizuki to have the... I don't know. This is the right number of characters for Shizuki. Is this the right number of characters for Sojiro? Soujyu. Yeah? Sojiro Shizuki. That's definitely what that is. Unless it's just coincidence. But I don't think those character numbers are coincidental. I don't know what these are though. But I'm like, I would bet money this is Sojiro Shizuki. I'm like 99% sure.
Yeah, who am I kidding? There's probably a ton of other people with that wish, so that's not gonna work either.
Yeah, maybe not then. Ton of other people with that wish? Yeah, probably not. Congratulations, my search has not found any identical results. It seems that wish is the only one of its kind in the world.
Huh?
Your wish will be granted. I promise I'll make it the number one wish. It's easy to make only one thing the number one thing. I've learned a lot from humans over the past 500 years. My name is only one, number one shiny star. I'll become a shining star and grant your wish. Okay. Oh. I thought you said you were putting us back to the middle of the, or to the beginning of the singularity, Aoko. Unless it was already like this at the beginning, but that's... oh boy. I'm sure we'll be fine, right? We will be fine. Okay, I recommended level 70. I could bring my Alice, right, and be fine. Probably. All right, Lancey boy, you gotta go. 5-star caster. put you at the back, though. Alright, Draco, you gotta come out. I'm sorry, but... You're just not... You're not it for this. Oh, I already had Bazza in. Bleh. I guess I'll just bring my other alter egos. Lippu. I kind of want to leave Sojiro in. Purely for that bond bonus. Yeah, I'll take the risk. Alright, Mecha Ellie. Actually, who's better, Mecha Ellie or Mecha Ellie Mark II? I assume Mark II is better, right? They're the same? Okay. Alright, yeah, sure. Thematics wise, I'll throw them in front. They're gonna get fucking destroyed, but that's fine. Alright, let me put on the... damage booster. I'm not even gonna bother putting one on Sojiro, because he's probably gonna die very quickly. I mean, Alice probably will too, but... frick. Okay, someone's gonna have to have a worse craft essence. You know what? I'll give Mecha Ellie... this, why not? Okay. Actually, you know, wait, before we get into the battle itself, let me... Speaking of... Let's see how much I can raise Alice's skills by. Probably not a ton. And I only have her first two skills. Because she's not ascended to the... And only, yeah, okay. Well, this'll have to do for now. this'll have to do. Alright. Let's do this. Ikuze. Bring it, wishing star. Number 1. Oh boy. Are these really the Kumano hot springs? Apparently. Kinomi, what the hell did you wish for? Those shooting stars are beautiful, but... Alice, your eyes are, scaring me, girl. I can't believe it. How could it have interpreted the wish so violently? There's enough magical energy in the air to rival the ancient gods. Humans cannot operate in this environment. My master should be okay thanks to her mystic code's life preservation systems. But Tsukiji and Hosuke will be... Define. Okay? Yes, they're alright. There may not be any oxygen, water, or sunlight here, but there doesn't need to be. We're in a fairy tale world now. As long as you don't push yourselves too hard, regular humans can still operate here. Keep your actions to a bare minimum. If you get injured, it'll be over for you. You don't gotta tell me twice not to be a hero. We're here just to offer advice. Or maybe be cheerleaders? Stopping Shiny Star is your job. Kinomi and I'll just stay here and... Kinomi?
No way. This is a disaster. Never mind losing the inn. This could destroy all of Japan.
The world, yeah. For that matter, how the hell did that wish lead to this? Kinomi, I'm pretty sure everyone at the inn managed to evacuate. When Shiny Star activated, Kumano and Yoshisuke must have sensed the danger. Or rather panicked when he couldn't find a way to stop it and hurried everyone down the mountain.
Really? Am I actually that competent?
Of course you are. There's no one better than you at getting as far away from danger as possible. Thanks, Sojiro, for that. How many times have you tried to minimize the damage for something you see, so you wouldn't get in too much trouble?
Oh yeah, you're right. Way to go, 1999 me. So now what? And also, what are those lights swirling around up there?
Those are earthbound stars. As opposed to stars in outer space, they're like Shiny Star itself called here. When those stars are no longer visible, that's when Shiny Star will complete. It'll be a ploy kick shot even more powerful than the Meister's 3 miracles, like the flat snark or the Thames Troll. Are you serious? You're not just trying to scare us? I don't think she would in this scenario. So it'll be stronger than the Wonder Snatch? Yeah, we can't let that happen. True. We still have some time. How does this sight compare to the one you saw, Aoko? The magical energy wind in Aoko 1's footage was stronger than this. She couldn't even get within 50 meters of it. Then we know it's been detuned. Enough that we can at least get closer to it now. Tsukiji, Kinomi, you two stay here. Yeah, we're okay with that. The wind looks like it's blowing from the center of the crater. Is everyone ready to fight? I think so. Then let's go. Don't hold anything back. The moment it's in range, destroy it with everything you've got. Ma'am, yes ma'am. That's probably a problem. Is that shiny star? Yeah, probably. It's a shiny star, alright. Huh? Sheba stopped observing. What in the world is happening around that star? Aozaki? It's nothing. Come on, let's go get it. Summon your servants, Ritsuka. We've had lots of time to prepare, and we've got plenty of firepower on our side. Failure's not an option. Don't worry about the nearby lights. They're harmless. Just focus on attacking the star. Don't get discouraged, even if weird things start happening. Okay. What do you mean weird things? What do you mean by that? Yeah. You know, I guess instead of alter egos, I could have brought my other foreigners, but they would also be just as weak to it as it is to them, so... Gulp? Okay, Alice, you, this is very disconcerting. I know this happened once before, during the solo Alco one, but... I'm very disconcerted. I'll leave Sojiro in, but he's probably gonna get booty blasted. Alright. I should have read its skills. Well, ripperoni pepperoni? Well, any new ideas there, Elko? Any got a new plan up your sleeve, or because that didn't work. Didn't even get bond points for that. What kind of bullshit? Why can't we actually do anything when we get near that star? I feared the worst when I saw that Shiba had stopped observing this vicinity. And it looks like I was right. Space-time no longer has any meaning near Shiny Star. There's no past, no future, no success, no failure. Everything is simply listed as recorded, no change. As if the recorded universe itself is rejecting it. What? What? But this kind of phenomenon, manipulation, would require a spirit origin on par with a real star. Where could Shiny Star possibly be getting that much magical energy? There. It's absorbing the magical energy from the other stars in the sky. Those are wishes. Shiny Star is drawing in wishes from people all around the world. Isn't that right, Alice? To make the one-of-a-kind wish into the number one, the Shiny Star resorted to the worst possible means. Usually it'd be impossible to make one small wish the number one wish on this planet. But if all the other wishes were to go away, if the one small wish was the only wish left in the world, it would become number one by default. That's what all those shooting stars are. The Shiny Stars gathering up every other wish from all of humankind, rejecting them as not number one and turning them into stardust. Is that even possible? Like, I feel like that shouldn't be possible. I want to cure my father's illness. Denied. Oh. I want to save the poor. Denied. Let me stay here just one more day. Denied. Oh. That really is an awful way to do it. Yeah. So then, the world isn't going to end because that magical energy wind destroys everything. It's gonna end because humankind will die off once their wishes are all gone? Apparently, yeah. Looks that way. Of course I had the same thought, that I had to do whatever it took to stop it. But it didn't make any difference. Even though it's been detuned, we still can't get through to it. Whether it's with fists or words. Damn it, I made the wrong call. Just stopping it from granting wishes wasn't enough. It's not like you to be so faint-hearted, Aoko. You sound as if you really did come from a future where one person's wish ruined the whole world. Did she? Yes, a play GACHA deploying its rules is invincible. But that's only because it's following its own rules. Shiny Star activated on a wish that was only one of its kind in the world. That's the core powering this messed up fairy tale world. But if that core goes away, the Wishing Star box will go back to being another third-rate ploy. So you need to find a way to deny the condition enabling it to operate. It doesn't matter what that way is. What if we kill Kinomi? just throwing it out there. If we kill him, the person who, you know, asked for the wish to be granted, you know, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there, okay? So, like, you want Kinomi to take back his wish? You mean it's all we have to do? The only problem is neither you nor I can move from here. Or we won't be able to keep that magical energy contained. Mahoyo and Kinomi would be vaporized instantly. It's a good thing we have them here. Shizuki, Ritsuka, go talk to Kinomi. I'll cover you as best I can. Mash, can you stay here and keep the magical energy wind at bay? Of course. Leave it to me. Wait, you can use your play GACHAs here? Apparently. Yes, as long as they're more valuable than the shiny star. It looks like I have just one ace that fits that bill. I'm going to send out the Wonder Snatch. Oh, okay. As long as you make sure it won't attack us. The mist won't last long in the storm, but it'll still have my folklore defense. Okay. That should slow down the shiny star's growth, but it won't last long. Let's see, I want to settle this before I completely turn to mist. Oh yeah, we'll try. You and Mash are gonna hold the line here? Got it. Then I'll go get Kinomi to take back his wish. Even if I have to force it out a hit. I can't believe you, Aoko. Don't you see? If you try that, it really will be game over. Huh? Why's that? Even if you could force someone to rescind a heartfelt wish, it would just be empty words. Nothing's going to change with Shiny Star, unless and until Kinomi rescinds his wish and means it. Now do you understand? You stay here and remain on offense. Shiny Star is sure to take notice once Ritsuka gets close to Kinomi. So you're going to need to stay here and fight it one-on-one to make sure it doesn't. You'll be risking your life to act as a decoy, but you've already died lots of times here. So what's one more? Yeah, good point. Alco's like, what? Oh, huh? You want to die again? The magical energy wind is getting even stronger. Mister! You heard him, Sojiro. Let's go talk to him. Oh, Kinomi! Obi-Wan Kinomi! Oh? That was close, thanks. Of course I'm going to make sure you're safe. Anyway, I actually wanted to talk to you about something. What? I think I got over half of what Aozaki and Kwonji were talking about. I understand that we need to stop the shiny star, or the whole Earth will be in trouble. I also get that it might not be so easy because Kinomi is being surprisingly stubborn and refusing to help. So I was thinking, if this new plan just doesn't work,
Let's go back to the old one. You mean where you die? Yeah, that one. You said you're originally from 2019, right? So once your work's all done, I'd like you to promise me you'll visit the Konji estate at least once a year in my absence. Oh, Sojiro! Yeah. We can do that, buddy. Sojiro. Don't tell anyone else, okay? Anyway, let's just focus on convincing Kinomi to help us. Kinomi, you better get your ass in gear. Now. So please, Kinomi, tell us what you wished for. No way. What are you sulking about, especially at your age? Don't you get that the whole world's gonna end unless you tell us? I'm not saying. Kinomi, I promise we won't laugh, no matter what kind of wish it is. Nah, I'm still not saying. Besides, look around. There's no way I could be responsible for this kind of disaster. Sure, I get the feeling I talked to one in a dream once. But how could that possibly lead to this? I'm just a regular, handsome innkeeper who used to be a comedian and just wants to enjoy every day. Alice and the Prez will figure something out. We can just hide out here and cheer them on. I don't want to have to do this, but oh? I mean, we've already been to Antarctica. My wish is to open a bakery with the person I love. Huh? Oh, I see. That's a great goal. I appreciate you telling us that, even though it made you blush. But that wish has nothing to do with mine. I didn't wish for anything nearly so admirable. I'm just plain old Kinomi Hosuke. Just carry me to a graveyard and bury me with the rest of the planet. Bro. You leave me no choice. Now I just have to break an arm or two until you fess up. I know. Awazaki already thought of that, and apparently it won't work. It's okay, I thought this might happen, seeing how it's Kinomi and all. We'll just have to do this a different way. Ritsuka, you can still reach Awazaki, right? Ask her to go back to 2001 and destroy the Wishing Star box there. Then this will all be over. So I can't take this anymore. You got me so distracted I let that explosion hit me. Nobody's gonna make fun of your wish, you idiot! We're not gonna reject it or even scold you for it. If this wish is that important to you, we just want to know what it is. Because we're friends. Oh, Aoko. Now hurry up and tell us already. What did you wish for? I just wanted her to become #1. That's all there was to it. Is he saying what I think he's saying? I'm assuming he means he wants Kuma to become the #1 ranked idol? Because she got scouted to be an idol, right? They said earlier? I spent 2 years running my own variety show on my hometown's local network and another 2 working in Tokyo, after I'd made enough of a name for myself. As a comedian, I was a reliable source of ratings. Uh-huh. Of Of course, it helped that it was my dream job, but I was also lucky that a big agency took me under its wing. And that my show on the local network managed to become weirdly popular. My older colleagues didn't care for me, but so what? I'm used to being looked down on and underestimated. Besides, it's true that I'm a soft touch. I'm too easy on myself. I hate adversity and I cry at the drop of a hat. I figured I could never match up to anyone who put in real effort. Or rather, it'd be unthinkable if I did. All I ever wanted was to enjoy myself. Man, I love how easygoing your segments are, Yoshisuke. Nobody's on edge, and even the guests who hate each other are behaving. I became an AD because I always wanted to be in showbiz, but I started having second thoughts when I found out how it dashes hopes and dreams. But your improvised live segments where we're always flying by the seat of our pants are exactly the kind of thing I always dreamed of doing. And the only part about working with you that kind of sucks is how bad the catered lunches are. My appeal was that I never took anything seriously. I can make anything at least kind of fun. So I can't blame other people for looking at me and thinking I was an irresponsible slacker. Yeah. From their perspective, I was way more popular than I deserved. Made a good living off of it, and I still only ever ate convenience store food. I was all ready to accept that I just let the wind take my life wherever it wanted until people got bored of me. Until? The first time I saw her was pure coincidence. She just happened to be performing on a tiny stage in the department store where I was doing my shopping. Her name was Mizushima Masago, which didn't exactly roll off the tongue. Her looks, singing, and dancing were all okay at best. And yet there was just something about her that drew me in. Maybe it's because I was feeling stuck myself. Watching her made me want to do something to help. Not as Kumano and Yoshisuke, but as Kinomi Hosuke. As I watched her perform, I realized something else about her. She had no stamina. At all. She physically didn't have what it took to be an idol. Oh. I'm no swan myself, but I've been in showbiz long enough to know that the brighter a world shines, the harder, lonelier, and emptier it is behind the scenes. So it wasn't Kuma he wanted to become #1, it's a random idol. Okay. Still I cheered her on, and I supported her as best I could. But without any connections to the idol industry, she never caught the eye of anyone who could help her break out. One day our paths happened to cross when we were both booked to perform at an amusement park show. She said she'd never been to an amusement park before, so I suggested we ride the Ferris wheel during our break. Don't worry, nobody's gonna care if you're seen with me. I'm the industry's laughingstock. Whatever happens, they'll just write me off as a joke and that'll be that. And when you get right down to it, I'm just a dumb comedian. As long as people laugh at me, my job's done. I've never laughed at your banter, Yoshisuke. Damn, really? Man, having a cute girl tell you you're not funny right to your face really hurts. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I mean that your banter always cheers me up. You're not trying to make people laugh. Most comedians seem like they just want to make people laugh, and that's all. But not you. It's more like you'd rather the world be one where you can laugh. That's why you worked so hard to get to where you are now. It's not that you're fine with being laughed at. You just care more about being able to laugh yourself. And what makes you think that? I guess because I'm the same way. I'm not actually that confident in myself. If I'm being honest, I think this whole idol business is messed up. Yeah. But I love having other people hear my voice. That's what helps me keep going with my singing and dancing, even though I'm not that good at either of them. Whether you're an idol or a comedian, it's hard being in showbiz, isn't it?
It might look like fun, but pretending to have fun when you're not well, that's just really sad, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the first and last time we spoke. It was also when I stopped personally supporting her. What? Why? I didn't feel like I was worthy to support. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, what? I didn't feel like I was worthy to support someone like her. And I also didn't want to let anything slip if we ever met on set again. I was sure she would succeed eventually. I really was. But it never happened. Huh? Why has the script been rewritten? Did something happen today? No, you haven't heard yet, Yoshisuke? Oh no. There was a girl who collapsed on stage and died in the hospital. What's her name again? Mizushima something? They say she'd always been kind of sickly. That was when I learned that Masuko had weak kidneys and had to do dialysis several times a week since she was little. They said she died from exhaustion, but it wasn't long before I heard all kinds of nasty stories about her I would have just as soon remained ignorant of. But never mind them. They're not worth telling. Once she was gone, all Masuko left behind was 3 singles and a few recordings of her concerts taken with cheap cameras. I got so fed up with the whole thing that I left showbiz and went off the grid for a while, until I ended up at the Kumano Inn and hit it off with the previous owner. I enjoyed working at the inn more than I thought. Sometimes you'd even get guests I never expected to see. As an employee, I was allowed to customize the inn however I liked. I could put up all the posters I wanted, and no one ever complained. Then one day, Juan spoke to me. Said to tell him my wish so he could grant it. I didn't know if I was dreaming or awake, and I didn't care. Once he said that, all the feelings I kept bottled up came pouring out. So I told him, and I told Juan exactly what I'd been wishing for. I didn't ask for anything impossible like bringing her back to life. I just wanted her to be the top idol in the world at least once. Hell, lots of times if I'm being honest. And I still want that. Even now I sometimes dream of her taking first place on the charts and in competitions. But that's a super common dream. And there was no way it could be the only one of its kind, like Juan once said it had to be. So I figured Juan would just sigh in disappointment and go away. But instead... This? Congratulations, it seems that wish is the only one of its kind in the world. What? Are you kidding me? The only one of its kind in the whole damn world? I'm the only one? Not a single other person still remembers her songs? She was so lonely, but she still worked so hard. And she made some beautiful music. But you're telling me not a single damn person in the world wanted to see her succeed? You're wrong. That can't be true. No way in hell. Tell me it ain't true. I mean, you're the only one who talked to her in that way, I guess. I don't know. So there you go. That's what I wished for. Now do you get it? Even if the world really is in danger, and there's nothing I can do, I can't lie and say I was just kidding, and ask to take that wish back now. Even now I still want to see her be number 1. Now I see. You weren't climbing up out of self-preservation. You did it because you were angry. You know me, your wish. Your anger. I couldn't reject it even if I wanted to. Yeah, I don't know. man. Yeah, this is about how you feel. About how you feel. Nobody can deny how people feel about these kinds of things. Deliberating denied. Deliberating denied. Deliberating denied. Deliberating denied. This wish is still the only one of its kind. This is still the #1 wish.
But what if we all wished for that?
Just once I'd like Mizushima Masago to have the most popular song in the world. This wish was not made out of self-interest. This wish was not made for calculated purposes. This wish was not made to satisfy desire. This wish is absurd.
This wish is interesting.
This wish is beautiful. By granting it, I am being fair and impartial.
Ritsuka, never mind what I said before. We're going to destroy that thing here and now. You okay? How do you plan on doing that? I want to, but how are we going to bring that star down to Earth?
Yeah, I hate to admit it,
but Shining Star's logic is flawless.
not even Kinomi can deny what he wished for. At this point, our only hope is to... Well, of course. You can't take back a wish made from the heart. Shining Star is dead right about that. Knowing you were the only person in the world to wish for that idol's success, no wonder you were too upset to tell us. You did nothing wrong, Kinomi. I'm sorry I said you were sulking.
Huh? What's this about, Your Highness?
Just shut up for a moment. I'm about to close this case nice and neatly. It said this wish is still the only one of its kind? That it's still the #1 wish? What a con job. That's not your wish anymore, Kinomi. It's its own. Hey, Shining Star. Seems to me like you're just trying to raise your own rep by making this wish out to be more valuable than it really is. Fine then, I'll play along with your game. If you care about the rules that much, then listen up. You say Kinomi's wish was the only one? That nobody else wanted to see her succeed? Well, you're dead wrong. There's no way that wish is one of a kind.
Because I wished for it too, bastard! Yeah, after hearing that story. But to be fair, Shiny Star was saying it had to not be a calculated thing, right? So like, Tsukiji actually has to believe that she deserves to be #1 for at least a little bit. Or once. Because I'm sure I can tell if he's just doing it to get around the rules. But I'm gonna have faith in Toby that he meant it. I don't think he's the type to say something and not mean it. Especially after hearing that story. Like,
You say Kinomi's wish was the only one? That nobody else wanted to see her succeed? Well, you're dead wrong. There's no way that wish is one of a kind. Because I wished for it too, bastard. Testimony, Verifying. Considering. Priority. Priority. Top priority.
no way. You know about Masago too, Your Highness?
Of course I do. How do you think I tracked you down all the way out here? It's because I had something for you. Here, this is yours. This is just one part of the whole pack.
Fan letters? Wait, is that my handwriting? What are you doing with those, Your Highness? You're creeping me out.
What, is your memory even worse than Robin's? Those are fan letters you wrote, you idiot. Back when you were cheering her on, you used to write her long handwritten letters every time she got a gig. You tell her what she did well, what she did great, Wish you could stand to improve. Honestly, I'm amazed you could write the same damn thing so many times. I got a headache just reading through them.
You read my personal mail? What are you, a paparazzo?
I had to as part of my job, dumbass. I needed something to track you down, and these are my only lead. The only reason I have them is because my client lent them to me. They said your letters were their late daughter's most prized possession.
Oh.
Just they're blushing. Masako knew she didn't have a long life ahead of her, but she still wanted to spend it doing what she wanted. I'm sure being an aspiring idol was hard for her in lots of ways, but for the last 2 years of her life, she was genuinely happy. Her parents told me these fan letters you wrote inspired her to keep going. Like I said, they were her most prized possession. You know me. Her parents started looking for a detective so they could return the letters to the guy who sent them. Eventually, they found out I used to know him back in high school. That's how I got the case. Unfortunately, there were almost no leads to go on. All they had were the letters and videos of some of their daughter's gigs. And I figured knowing what kind of singer she was could help, so I watched them over and over, and well, her songs weren't exactly my taste, but everything else about them was really good. I don't know the first thing about singing, but seeing her effort, her emotion, and the joy she got from performing, even I could tell how brightly she shone on stage. I didn't think it was possible to become genuinely fond of someone you didn't know before. But Mizushima Masako is the real deal. She made me a fan, and I earned the cold shoulder from my wife. Now go on, stand up and take these. There's nothing said about this at least, right?
I see.
So you're just riding the bandwagon, huh? I was her fan before you'd even heard her name. Alright, Kinomi, buddy. You did it, Tsukiji. Look how happy Kinomi is.
He really did.
There's no way Shiny Star could have seen this coming. What say you, Star? Not recognized. Error. Impossible. That testimony cannot be real. My aggregation was perfect. Yeah, maybe back in 1997, when you started gathering wishes. But I hadn't gotten the request to find Kinomi back then. That didn't happen until 4 years later in 2001. So I didn't learn about Mizushima Masako until after you collected your data. No no fair. I know how you must feel. You can blame Awazaki for cheating if you want. But first, it's time to get to work, Shiny Star. You say you're fair and impartial? Prove it. Try gathering your data again. Deliberating. Testimony unknown. Evidence unknown. Verifying. No results found. Results found? Evidence validated. Verification approved. Deliberation impossible. Results found. Checkmate. Shiny Star's world is shutting down. Hurry, everyone. Now's our chance to destroy it. We'll be right there. Come on, Senpai, Sojiro. Hell yeah. You'll have to let me read those letters later.
Just go save the world already.
I need to live. I need it to live, you know? Yeah. We'll save it alright. Youth. Look at them running off so happy like they've already won. Still, it's only right us old hands show them how it's done. Seeing as we were the star players for this case. This wish might have been number one, but it definitely wasn't the only one of its kind. This is what showing your true colors looks like. Dude, Awazaki, breaking toys is still what you're best at, right? You know it. I have some thoughts about your choice of words, but I'll gladly take it from here. This is it, Shiny Star. In the end, you were just a broken toy. A wishing well that never got what it really means to be number one. Collecting lots of wishes and stars isn't necessarily a bad thing by itself. But sacrificing other wishes is just a selfish desire, not a wish. Unfortunately for you, I think I've died more than enough times. This time it's your turn. Let's go beat its butt. Yeah, Alco. Manual setup. Oh, I have a forced Alco. Okay, never mind. Hang on. Yeah, I'll bring someone else, or I'll bring the guest, Alice. Whoops. Bazzetto. Bang. Bazaka. Bang. And then back. Actually, yeah, just alter egos. And I can give everyone one of these. Alright. Let's do this. Yeah, I'll leave that mystic coat on. Time to crush some balls. AKA stars. Hang on. I'm gonna turn up the audio for myself and for you. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look them buffs.
月を超えて夢にかけて
Alright. Let's go.
今度こそ決める。発展途上ですので整理整頓してくれる？
作戦タイムだ。落ち着こう。
Yeah.
夜の宴は遠く
Okay, I'll leave everything else for now.
サポートして。
Alco? Actually, wait, let's do this.
あれね、サポートして。
Go kick some ass, Alco. Actually, I haven't seen her Noble Phantasm yet. Gonna go Super Alco.
青を示す名において。
Oh yeah.
ノット、セイン。
Oh, no, I haven't seen it? No. Have I?
タイムレスワース。
I don't think so, but you know, they went hard for her and Alice's Noble Phantasms.
波乗りってね、スターマイン。壊して崩して蹴り流す。
You're in Mahoyo. Yeah, but I mean, you know what I meant in FGO.
こんな一
You know what I meant.
遅いっす。
Alright,
すまない。少し間を取りたい。
ディドディド。夜の宴は遠く近く。
I'm not gonna have Sojiro Kamikaze. You get to live, Sojiro. This might be a waste. Ah, fuck it.
色あせた夢に
まだ展開。
月の
Just because we got to see Alco's. Let's see Alice's, even though we've already seen it.
空を仰いで恐れなさい。マインスター
Oh,
の
right,
3つの
he
奇跡
does have guts on, you're right.
グレート3フラットスナーク。
Still.
スキャリ追加。ワン、ツー、スリー。
Rude.
聞かないっす。
Wait, what happens with
聞かないっ
Alco's
す。
Noble Phantasm if she's already Super Alco? I guess we'll see.
この時代だ。
ああ、切り札か。
Earthlight Star.
やっていいの？うん、私好み。赤い死が迎えに来ても、発展の先に一人になっても、このシグナルはなくならない。ツアープランブルーバック、私の道は私が照らす。 デ
Okay.
ィストーション。
Kamehameha. Got it.
聞かないっす。
What does it say? Attacks will not hit or something? What does that say exactly? She's jumping through him. Oops.
1光年以内に異常なしと。まだ
そう
展開。スキャリ追加。
切り分けて5ラウンド。聞かないっす。
Sojiro.
聞かないっす。聞かないっす。ムクダリどもに甘くないっすか？チョコだけに。
Robin just dying in the background. You know what?
Oh,
Again, might be a
good.
waste, but
切り札か。
fuck it.
やってみよう。
Fuck it. Fuck it, bro. Just have them rail it with noble phantasms.
開演の時ね。空を仰いで恐れなさい。マインスターの3つの秘跡。グレート3フラットスナーク。
ディストーション。
Oh yeah. I like how Alco critting just does more than Sojiro's Noble Phantasm.
聞かないっす。
Alright. I'm gonna save Alco's Noble Phantasm gauge. I want them to all Noble Phantasm on one turn.
そうね。
You know what? Fuck it. Command spells. You know, I'm not gonna wait. Ikuzo, you three. Let's do you first since you're
ああ、
resisted.
切り札か。
今回だけよ。
コズミックツアース タート。
いいわ、ごっこ遊びをしましょう。太古の神秘、笑う月面、こぼれ落ちて舞台は燃える。共に消えて、スマイリーフラットスナーク。
Man.
シックスプレーン形成。
Now I have to get Alco before she's gone. I feel like I have to
航
now.
路開門。アースライトスター
Like, her Noble Phantasm's just too cool to not get her. Like, they went obscenely hard for Alco and Alice's Noble Phantasms. It's not even fair.
遅い。
Oh. Alice 死んだ。死んでる。
いただきます。ごちそうさま。決着の時だ。了解。はい。マダン展開。ワンツー。ああ、フィニッシュ。スキャリ追加。
Sojiro's dead.
日に日に鈍くなっている
RIP. Rest in piss. Alright.
決着の時だ。後より腕先に立つの。マダン展開。逆光剣。
For this, I just like to imagine Bazit came back as they're about to jump back in time. She accidentally wandered into the range, and she's like, "Yo, wait, huh? Oh, they're fighting! I'll go help." That's my headcanon for why my Bazit's here. Lippo! I think Bazit's about to finish the job.
こちらが先だ。今のシフトウェイトを忘れないよう練習したい。
That was nothing. Ignore the fact we had a bunch of overpowered buffs and like infinite Sojiro guts. Ignore that part. That was easy. Ain't nothing to it. The wishes were shattered. Perhaps they would have come true if they'd been left alone. Some wishes dreamed hazily that good things might happen in the future. Some wishes dreamed of the past, where it was now too late to do anything. But right now, in the present, everything is wrapping up perfectly. Maybe we could have seen real magic remaking the world in exchange for all the wishes in it. But ending like this doesn't quite seem right. Wishes aren't the only thing you can't take back. My number one wish wasn't anything special. And stars aren't supposed to burst. They're supposed to orbit. The bright, starry sky peered down as other stars scattered across it. Despite the sad sight, the man looked up at it with a proud expression on his face.
That's it. That's how stars ought to be. It's like you can see them when you're awake, and they provide light when you're asleep. Nothing else twinkles like them. They're fun to look at, but there's also something lonesome about them. As the man remembered those words like poetry, the collapse of 1999 was undone.
We back? Everything, huh? Everything's, oh, it was a weird dream. Whew. That was some crazy shit happened. Oh. Well, just the epilogue left. In the end, a star becomes a wish. We all just hanging out in our room now that everything's done. Are you all ready to go? Everyone have everything? Good. Because in about 30 minutes, the singularity will disappear, and it will be back to the regular Kumano hot springs. When that happens, Ritsuka, Mash, Servant Sojiro, and I will all return to our respective time periods. Anyone who's already here will stay here, although their memories of the singularity will be a little fuzzy. Yes, we know. We finished cleaning our room, so we're ready to leave at any time. These last 6 days have been fun, Kumanoin. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. If you enjoyed your stay here, I hope you'll come visit us again. You said you were both from 2019, yes? And I'll do my best to keep the inn in business until then. Why are you wearing your disguise again? You look shadier than ever dressed like that. Well, you know, since this is goodbye and all, I thought I'd make extra sure to the newcomers remember me. Bye, Ritsuka and Mash. Now I'll have twice as many hot springs here when you visit in 18 years. We better have a little cutscene where we do visit him. Or I'll be pissed. Huh? Hang on. Am I going to disappear when the singularity does? No, I'm still not sure why, but you're registered as a heroic spirit in the throne now. So you'll be summoned independently from the original Sojiro. Although that might only apply to Chaldea. Right. Your servant self and your original self from this time are different people. Come to think of it, where did the original Sojiro go? Well, it would have been confusing having two of the same person in one place, right? So my guess is Aoka once spotted him walking around the inn and hurled him back to Tokyo. Like, literally, like, you yeet. Probably. She probably ya-yeeted him. Oh, so that's why you went off with that scary look on your face on the first afternoon. We just cut to older Sojiro and laying in a hospital bed with 2 broken legs. Yeah, I just wanted to stop by since it looks like this is it. Thanks for helping me out on that misty day. It ain't often you get to experience something like that. Yeah, it sucks that I won't remember you guys, but at least you'll remember me, right? I can live with that. And hey, if someone you know ever buys some haunted property and gets cursed, give me a call. If you tell me you know my secret, I'll probably panic and give you a discount.
Hello. Allow me to once again apologize for the trouble I caused you. Now that the Ox God's gone, I no longer have any reason to stay on this mountain. But fortunately, Lord Sugitani has agreed to help me search for my master. It is good to have a goal. It sounds like your trip still has a long way to go. So please take care, and let me know if you ever need my help. Don't you worry, we will.
You know, you really had us fooled, Kronji. You knew what was happening here the whole time. This isn't a mystery novel where the least suspicious person's the culprit. Why didn't you speak up sooner?
I didn't know about the connection between Wanwan and Shiny Star. Or rather, I didn't think there was one. I was planning to find Shiny Star on my own once we dealt with Wanwan and solved Aoko's serial murder mystery.
So then you didn't invite Aozaki to your room on the first night so you could cover up evidence? Instead...
I just wanted to talk with her for the first time in a while. I've seen you and Shizuki a few times since we graduated, but I hadn't heard from Aoko. Oh, you've left her alone for 10 years? Aoko, you piece of shit. Oh, that explains it. I thought that was weird. The Alice I knew would never go in an outdoor bath with a girl she'd only just met. Now I see. You pushed yourself to keep us company because it had been so long since we'd seen each other. It wasn't that big a deal. Our time together was just so short. We've never had a chance to go on a trip together. Alice. Thank you all again for all your help. Are you leaving already? The air surrounding this inn is so much lighter now. I'm sure it won't be long before it becomes popular again. Good news, Kenomi! What am I going to do now? Well, there aren't any evil spirits that need exercising anymore, but Mr. Kumano begged me to stay here anyway. He said there'd be debt collectors coming that are scarier than any evil spirit, so he was hoping I could twist them just a little to scare them away. Are you capable of twisting them only a little bit without killing them? Maybe older Fujino does learn how to control herself a bit better. I hope. She is. That's good. That's good. You know, wouldn't do to murder the debt collectors. What a rascal that innkeeper is. Yeah. So it looks like I'll be staying here for a while longer. I guess that makes me this inn's new guardian. Yeah. Is Ryogi okay with that?
Looks like this is goodbye for me too. I'm gonna make my regular check-in with the wife in the old building. Anything you want me to pass on to her, Aozaki? I know she'd love to hear from you.
Did he marry Kuma? Who else? Tell her I'm doing well and I hope you are too. Also, I'm officially calling our CD versus... He did! He fucking married Kuma! I mean, they did have like, a bit of like a flirty... Yeah. Because yeah, didn't she... Like, wasn't the whole thing in the murder mystery thing... in the Mahoyo extra bit... that she was like crushing on him? I mean, she's into him anyway. Yeah. Okay. That would explain why he got the cold shoulder when he started rooting for Mizushima or whatever. Cause she was like, oh, rooting for her, not me to be number one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Alright, buddy.
Bruh. Are you serious? Well, I guess it does sound like something you'd say. And at least it'll be easy to remember. Goodbye, Ritsuka, Mash. I wish I could have heard more about the future, but you gave me a good sense of it anyway. Sounds like things might be a little bleak, but at least I've learned there will be good people like you to rise to the challenge. Yeah, we do our best. Oh, perfect timing. I was hoping I might catch you before you left. I have no idea what happened or what changed after that instant. But I can tell from the looks in your faces that you accomplished something big. I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you. I'm sure it must have been quite a spectacle. Yeah, it was something else, alright. Oh, it looks like a taxi's here. Hey, not that way. Oh dear. I'm sorry for leaving so suddenly, but I'm afraid we must be on our way now. Still, I do hope you'll invite me the next time something like this happens. Yeah. Excuse me. Are you the Kumano Inn's detectives? Yes, man. We are. Whomst? Oh, Mikio! Hey, buddy! I'm sorry I forget your name so much. I'm sorry about that. Kokuto, was it? Kokuto Mikia? Yeah, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. My wife's told me all about you. Sounds like you helped her out a lot. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but she's always been something of a sucker for ghost stories. So... Oh right, I still haven't introduced myself, have I? I'm Ryogi Mikia. No, I guess, yeah. I forgot he took her name. Right. Please forgive me for not paying my respects sooner. Our daughter hasn't been feeling well lately, so I've been busy taking care of her. Go on, Mana. Can you say hello to your mother's friends? I'm sorry, she's still dealing with a fever. Anyway, I'm sorry to chat and run, but we'd better be on our way now. Thank you again for everything. Bye-bye. For some reason, I remember Mikia having, like, brown eyes, not blue. I don't know why. I'm probably wrong. He probably did have blue eyes the entire time, but for some reason I remember him having... Oh, okay. You know, it might be kind of late asking this, but... What's Caldia like anyway, Ritsuka? Oh, I see. Sometimes busy, sometimes chaotic, sometimes relaxing, sometimes nostalgic, huh? That sounds like a great workplace. Yeah? It might even be a good fit for Shizuki. You probably know this by now, but he really just moves at his own pace. Yeah. Hey, that's not fair. I prefer to think of it as doing what I can where I can. Ritsuka's the same way. We might take risks, but we don't go overboard. Oh. Sorry to interrupt your admiration, Mash, but I hope you know you're going to need to rein her in so she doesn't get too out of hand. Anyway, since you two are so alike, I have a question for you. Why did you believe me and agree to help? Aoko 1 was acting super sussy the whole time, right? Yeah, well, we know you wouldn't say shit for no reason. That's true. It was clear from the start that something wasn't right. But that doesn't mean I didn't trust her. Knowing you was pretty much a given you were just trying to help. Ritsuka said something similar. Well, maybe not with words, but with your spirit. The way you expressed yourself. Right? Yeah. Okay, we're here. Time to start erasing the singularity. Oh, when this is over, I'll be back where I belong, and you guys will go back to Caldia. That includes you too, Sojiro. You're going to keep working for humanity as a servant. But what about you, Miss Konji? I'm originally from this time, so I'm just gonna see you all off. Aoka might have come here from the far future. That is, your present. But from your perspective, I'm just a stranger from the distant past. Still, the bond we developed here may be enough that I end up dropping by Chaldea myself. That'd be good. Does sound like you can use all the help you can get, after all. So if that happens, I won't be too upset. Me neither. I would love to see you again if we can. I feel like there's a decent enough chance. That's really nice of you, Mash. So, because you and Ritsuka are so nice, what? And you didn't give up on me even after I'd been murdered several times, I have a present for you. But first, answer me this. Were you two looking for the left Holy Grail or the right one? Two Holy Grails? How'd you get those? How'd you? I think we might have lost both. What should we do, Master? I think those might be synthetic Holy Grails. That's right. These aren't your ordinary Holy Grails. But don't worry, you can still use them just like any other. I embedded the magical energy I used to send the singularity through time and hold it in place into a couple pieces of the shiny star. Then I had Alice make them look like proper Holy Grails. You helped both a magician and a witch set things right after they messed up, after all. This was the least we could do to thank you. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Yoink. What? Oh, looks like it's time. Goodbye, Ritsuka, Mash, Alice, and Sojiro. Goodbye. It wasn't always easy, but I still had a blast. I can already tell this is gonna be another fond memory for me. And hey, unlike Alice, I always show up right away when I'm called. Yeah, bull fucking shit. So I'll definitely see you again if the world's ever in serious trouble. That's a load of horse. She just had to go out with another foreboding statement, didn't she? That's just the way Aozaki is. Anyway, this is it for us. We're counting on you to take it from here, Alice. I'm sure my present-day self will show up soon after I'm gone. So will you fill him in on everything that happened? Okay. It'll be a little hassle, but I'll make sure I remember. In exchange, can I touch your right hand? Oh? Sure, here you go. What? I'm sorry. What? Alice? For almost getting you murdered? Alice? It's nothing. Thank you for staying well. Okay. I'm going to assume that was her saying sorry for sort of getting him murdered, but we fixed the murdering, so he's fine. And not anything else that may or may not happen in this hypothetical Mahoyo 2/3. If/when they happen. It looks like the Singularity's time is up. These last 6 days have been a lot of fun. I guess human mages aren't all bad after all. But now this miracle's about to end. May everyone get back to that proper time. Farewell, Summoner of Chaldea. I'm sure your nights won't be all peaceful, or all be peaceful, but I pray you'll be suitably rewarded when they're over. Yeah, me too. Goodbye. May we meet again beneath the stars. Count on it. I actually just got you, I don't even know how long ago. 2 hours ago now. So, yeah, we gotcha. Give me them grails. What, times 1? What do you mean times 1? Shouldn't it be times 2? In the end, the star becomes a wish. Node 2. Let me guess, Alco's gonna pop her head into Chaldea. Like, yo-ho! Howdy doody, everyone! The end. Aozaki already there. What? Oh man, I can't believe I messed up that bad. I mean, I don't want to believe it. Well, this situation is what I find hard to believe. What are you doing at Chaldea before me? Aren't you usually supposed to let a little more time pass before you just show up? Hey, I took plenty of time to get here. You were just slow to race shift, that's all. Although it did help that Ritsuka and Mash's signals were so easy to recognize. You know, I do have to wonder about the implications behind this. Because this implies she survived the bleaching of the earth, right? But then, what was she doing prior to this? If she wasn't helping fix proper human hits. Huh. Weird. That helped me jump here in no time. And my head feels great too, thanks to all the information you shared. That's great to hear. Since you and Sojiro both just got here, would you like us to show you around? Maybe later? What? I'd hate to spoil the mood by admitting that I came here on my own power, so I need to leave soon. Excuse me, Ritsuka? Could you come see me right away? I have a question or 3 for you about the Holy Grails you just submitted. So Senpai, I think this means the engineering team's conducting an official investigation. You should explain what happened or you'll be stuck taking a remedial study course for a whole day. Oh, that wouldn't be good. Looks like we better go. We'll talk more later, okay? And then when we come back, she'll be gone, right? Okay. Now that I got to see them doing well, I'd better be on my way. Give them my regards, okay? Don't be ridiculous. No matter how you put it, that's just leaving them high and dry. It's rude. You make it sound like I'm dining and dashing, aren't you? Oh, fine. I'm really pushing my luck, but I guess it can stay a little longer. There you go. You wouldn't be you if you always took the easy way out. Our recklessness is nothing compared to yours. I don't know whether to be flattered or offended by that. Alright then, tell me this. There's still one thing about what Ritsuka told me I don't get. What? Way back when this all started in 1999, I'd already lost. There was nothing I could do to turn things around. Apparently, I told you that I sent the singularity into the future because I couldn't win. But how could I pull off a big move like that when I didn't even have time to run away? That's a good point. And yet somehow I did. Some impossible miracle happened that gave me the chance I needed. Did Sojiro die buying you time and not saving Alice? Be honest, Sojiro. What'd you do? And does he have memory of this? Well, I can't think of what it could be, but I probably did whatever I could. Anyone else would do the same, right? Oh, wait, she's hauling him off? What, huh? Oh, we're gonna see what happened? At first, there was a tiny glimmer. A few moments later, there was an explosion. It sucked in everything nearby, then blew it all away. Trees were laid low, rivers dried up, entire buildings were wiped from the face of the planet. Wind raged on at 100 meters per second. This must be what it's like on Venus, she thought. It's no use. I can't get any closer. This endless emission is just insane. This disaster was supposed to be a simple job, damn it! Not an actual apocalypse! That was when he heard a voice coming from inside the crater. The wind was blowing so strongly that a normal person would never pick up her voice, but he was sure he heard it. Shooting it doesn't work. Hitting it doesn't work. Kicking it doesn't work. It's like this thing doesn't obey the laws of the universe at all. Well... high-density magical energy invades the Earth's surface as temperatures rise, with no sign of slowing. The youth wasn't at the crater's bottom. He stood on the rippling bedrock surrounding it. The ground had been flipped over and sharpened like the tip of a sword. About 40 meters below, he could see the magician facing off against what looked like a shining star. He crouched down on the rock, keeping his breathing short, shallow, and sharp. The oxygen had become toxic, burning his lungs with every breath he took. Here, the mere act of breathing was suicidal. His legs still worked. By all rights, he should have ran for his life. Or should have run for his life. Sorry, I was adjusting my audio back to normal. Even an ordinary human could still slide down the rock and make his way to someplace safe. But even as he continued to breathe in the toxic air, he thought back to the events from earlier that day. Oh? Before the explosion took place, the air around the Kumano Inn's old building had been contaminated, and it was spreading. The inn's owner hurriedly evacuated the guests, and the incident was reported as a wildfire to the nearest town. Just when the townspeople had finished evacuating, the mountain transformed into an alternate world, a singularity. 6 hours later, the witch confessed to everything being due to her own negligence. She went back to the mountain to try and make things right, but failed. The young man, in turn, had returned to the mountain to collect the witch's body. Oh, she died. Oh. When? Yikes, that was too close. Good thing I managed to shift at the last moment. What the hell is that thing? It doesn't obey the laws of physics. So you can never tell what it's about to do when it's about to do something. It attacks constantly, and I have no idea what it even is. At the bottom of the crater, he saw a familiar face doing her utmost to fight back. He hesitated, but only for a moment. He had second thoughts, but only for an instant. How many seconds could he last in this wind without his limbs being disintegrated? Could he run up this rocky, nearly 100-meter long slope in time? Even if he could, would he be able to jump all the way to the star floating in the air? And even if he managed that, what would happen next? Such a feat would be beyond human, but he'd already accomplished the inhuman 8 years ago. Back then, he had one of the witch's relics to help him, and his body was still in its prime. Now, that prime had of course long since passed. He was barely a shadow of his younger self. He was a boy no longer but a man. He now lived a comfortable life in the city, in civilized society. Moreover, still, it's gotta run out of steam eventually, right? Are you seriously telling me it's a star from outer space here to destroy the world? Alright. He began to run. His toes broke. His upper arms split open. His lungs literally burned. One of his eyes collapsed. His chin was sliced off. Oh, his heart burst. But his hearing remained intact. He could still hear the girl desperately trying to fight back. It should have been impossible. But this creature happened to be able to perfectly replicate any actions he had performed in the past. Unknown coordinates. He leaps into the air. One of his legs is gone. He acknowledges the loss and raises his remaining hand. The wraith falls to the evil spirit slayer. Did he punch a fucking star? His body's obliterated without a trace, but his wish, his will, remains as strong as it was 8 years ago. I need them to hurry the hell up and release Mahoyo too, cause, bro, what happened in those? Like, they clearly have an outline of a plan for what's gonna occur in them. Like, bro, bruh. Now, Tour Plan Horizon. I'm forfeiting this game and putting this whole singularity on timeout. Like, bro just fucking punched a star. And apparently it wasn't the first time. Like, bruh. Those few seconds he bought her changed the very world. When they had passed, all trace of the disaster had vanished. No, nobody would ever know it had taken place. The tale of his exploits would never be passed on. On a planet about to end, a miracle saved a magician. Goatjiro. Like, bro just leaped up in the air with a sliced off chin, a burst heart, his arms burst open, he lost his leg mid-jump. Like, bro. He's gotta be like the most OP normal person in Fate history. Like, you could argue Shiro, but Shiro I wouldn't really call a normal person. Being raised by Kiritsugu and, you know.
言ってみたかっただけよ。はい、調査調査。
Find normal. I mean, relative to a lot of other characters, he's fairly normal. Like, yeah, he has assassin training. And apparently is, like, lobotomized or something. Or not lobotomized, but you know what I mean. And is, like, literally moving his body through pure bullshittery, to be honest. But oh boy. Oh, sure. You know what? Before we go, I'll give this a try. But little bro is absurd. Have you seen Alice's Star Ascension? No, I haven't. Actually, wait, I just realized I don't have time to do this. That ding was my phone. Oh yeah, I have to. I mean, I still have 10 minutes, but I think I'll just stop here. I doubt there's any dialogue in this, because there usually isn't in these. See, I should leave it. I'll leave it at that. Before you go, the next event should be Summer 6 rerun. Yeah. That one's actually not too far away, is it? It's like at the end of this month, right? So like, there's gonna be like a week break between this and that one starting, I'm pretty sure. Like, there isn't a huge gap between them. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I could be mistaken though. If you can, you should finish LB 5.1 before the rerun. I can try. Damn. That's fine. No lucky outcome. Yeah, that's possible if I skip Imaginary Scramble. I don't think that's a possibility if I do Imaginary Scramble, though, if I'm gonna be real. I mean, I guess I could technically do Imaginary Scramble after LB5, because again, yeah, it did originally release afterward, so it wouldn't be the worst thing. If there is potential spoilers for LB5 in summer rerun, then yeah, we can start LB5 next and do Scramble after. The Scramble, yeah, we'll do that. Hang on, I need to reply to this. Hang on. But yeah, no, we can do that, I think. As character in LB5 in Summer 6. What is my phone doing? What? Huh? What? Sorry, I have to reply to this. In BYF, you have context to them before. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that, doing it in LB5 then Scramble. No. But yeah, okay, sorry. Those messages were me being ushered along, so I'm gonna have to stop here, but yeah, yeah, well, I'll plan on doing that. I'll go ahead and schedule it for the next FGO part. I'll schedule it to be LB5 instead of Scramble. That's fine. But yeah, no, like I said, I do gotta go. I'm getting urged to hurry up, so that's gonna do it. That was a really good event. I enjoyed it, and thank goodness I got Alice. I would have lost my marbles if her banner came and went and I didn't get her. I would have been very upset. But you know, got her, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. You know, I won't have to, you know, kill myself. But yeah, but anywho, they need to hurry up and release Mahoyo 2. Like, if we don't have Mahoyo 2 by 2030, I don't even know what they're doing anymore. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you later. Peace.